lives forever. It was August 23rd, 1987, 25 years ago.
Lying on the train tracks near where I heard the sound. By the time the three men leading into the Nunnery community center saw the boys, it was already too late. Risking the railroad, the engineer threw a mile-long train and laid down on his work. Despite the livelihood,
signal, so I can't know what it looks like on y'all's end.
Today, the time around 4 a.m. and this set of railroad tracks near Alexander. Train engineers say they saw the teams stretched over the tracks or right nearby. They tried to stop, but couldn't. The train hit 17-year-old Kevin Ives and 16-year-old Don Henry, dismembering their bodies. As state medical examiner at the time, Dr. Fonnie Mallon wrote the teens smoked 20 marijuana joints, then fell asleep on the tracks. He listed their deaths as suicide.
Our son's not here to protect himself.
Oh, I sure wish I was allowed to smoke 20 marijuana joints.
Questioned the suicide
I only
ruling.
smoke
They
one.
petitioned the court to receive permission for a second opinion.
Like a DMT.
Petition to do petition for explanation.
Saline County picked Dr. Jason Burton, a leading medical examiner from
Well,
Georgia.
Canadian
to perform the
truck
second
drivers, they
autopsy.
can smoke
In
weed.
April 1988, police exhumed the bodies and
I
ordered
reckon
the
they used to
tests.
good.
Scientific evidence revealed they had not smoked enough pot to be unconscious, and they possibly died before the train hit them. In his words, the deaths are, quote, not accidental. Burton says Henry had a stab wound and not related to anything the train did to this boy. As for Ives, it appears someone hit him in the head with the butt of his own gun. His autopsy confirmed what the victim's family suspected all along. They had been murdered. Next, the Saline County ordered this grand jury to investigate, and Dan Carmen soon become the county's special prosecutor to
Good
control
morning, Vietnam. What's up, Sam? All right.
In late 1988, the
I'm
grand jury
listening to a documentary here. I don't know if y'all can hear it. If you can and you want to hear it, I'll adjust it. If you don't, I'll adjust it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Doing fine, fine, fine. Yes. Body aches, but, you know, everybody's body aches. For everybody that works, anyway. I didn't mean that towards like people that are retired or anything. fairly easy day today, though. Fairly easy. My unload spot, they're real good people. I don't even have to open the doors, I just back in. And my reload, I don't even open the doors, I just back in. I guess you can't ask for nothing no better now. My unload is off of I-30 in Dallas. Just west of Dallas, the city center. And my reload is up around, well, it's just right up the road from where I'm unloading at, but near DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Airport. And everybody doesn't know. Okay. 10 Roger. And this son of a bitch don't know his eyes mow on the ground. Hit that like button. Subscribe. All day long yesterday. I ain't lying. I got fuel for parts. Damn people. Oh man. Street guy. Fucking man. Up ahead, we got the big hit. Up ahead. stick with the McDonald's distribution. Yeah, I ain't all there tonight, y'all. I got wore out. I literally could go right back to sleep. I'm not sleepy though. Yeah, it's coffee time. That's right. Coffee time. Text. Pilot. Hey, I got a cute, funny little story to tell. Y'all might like this one. I'd say you probably will. Get ready to laugh. Alright. Back a long time ago. About 2000 and, no, it wasn't 05. But anyway, don't matter. 10, 12 years ago. 2010, 12, no, 2009. Anyway, I was at a friend of mine's house. And his neighbor was over visiting. And we was talking trucks, but my buddy's house that I was at, he ain't a truck driver, but my other friend, one of my best friends, Jeff Cagle, he's a trucker, and that's Steve's first cousin. But Jeff had called, and I didn't know Steve and Jeff. I didn't even know they knew each other, much less cousins. But Jeff had called, and anyway, the neighbor was over, and he was like, "Hey, I got a question about trucks." And I'm like, "Yeah, what?" He said, "You know the pilot trucks?" I'm like, "Yeah, the pilot, yeah." Hey, you know they're tankers? I was like, yeah. He's like, "So some of them tankers, it says on them, it's got the pilot logo, but their tanks on the road, some of them says best coffee on the road." And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Not all of them say that, but some of them do." Exactly. And he's like, "Well, do they really haul coffee to the truck stops like that? And then, like, how do they unload it, you know?" I'm like, I look at Steve, and Steve knew better. He knew. And I was thinking on it for a second, and I'm like, well, buddy, yeah, they haul it in tankers." And he's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yes." So when you see a pilot tanker truck delivering fuel, they hook up the hose and pump it into the ground, right? And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "Into underground tanks. Some of them now have above ground tanks." So I told him, I said, "Well, it depends on the exact store they're going to." I said, "But some of them have coffee above ground tanks and coffee below ground tanks, but they're trying to switch over like the diesel fuel and put above ground tanks. But either which way it goes, yeah, they haul coffee in the tanker trailers, and then they have special hoses that are sanitized and ready to go, and they keep them in a sanitized hose carrier on the trailer." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." So when they get there, they just pull their hose out, they pop the lid on the tank and unscrew the thing on it and do their connection and pump that coffee in there. And I said, "Then it comes out in there in the dispenser when you go make a cup of coffee." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "You didn't know that?" And he was like, "No, I didn't know that." Well, Steve starts laughing, and Joe's like, "What are you laughing about?" And he's like, "Oh, I was just thinking about something Al did earlier." And then he's like, "You're laughing at me." And Steve's like, "No, I'm laughing about something Al did earlier." He said, "Let me tell you, I don't remember what he made or what I did." He made something up. Well, the funny part about all this is, I forgot to tell him that we was joking around with him. So coffee trucks, the pilot trucks said best coffee on the road. I don't know how many people he told that to, but he told it to quite a number of people. And the way we found out about it is him and Steve had went to town and they was at the pilot. They went down to Chattanooga or somewhere, I think. And old boy was over there and was like asking a driver that was unloading at a pilot. He's like, and it had that, and it said the best coffee on the road. And he walked over there and was like, man, I didn't know y'all hauled liquid coffee to the truck stops. And it unloaded, pump it off into the ground, and then it comes out in there in the coffee thing, and the driver looks at him. Steve said the driver looked at him like, what the hell are you talking about? He was like with a puzzled look on his face, and the driver didn't really say anything back. He just went on, and they got in the car, and that's when they told him that, no. And he's like, Al said, and he's like, dude, did we not tell you that we were just joking? And he's like, no. And he's like, man, I've told everybody. My mom, my dad, my wife. I kind of felt bad, but it's still funny though. Hard. It was funny. No, they don't haul liquor coffee in the big trucks. Oh, shit. Oh, Superman seat grab, and that's when we'll do a backflip.
A Union Pacific train like this one on its normal route ran over two teams and changed their families' lives forever. It was August 23rd, 1987, 25 years ago today. The time, 9:04 a.m. This set of railroad tracks in Alexandria. Train engineers say they saw the teams stretched over the tracks. But why? They tried to stop. The train hit 17-year-old Kevin Ives and 16-year-old Don Henry. His memory will audience. As near medical examiner at the time, Dr. Fine Knapp, the teams smoked 20-year water drinks that fell asleep on the tracks. Listed their deaths as suicide.
Some try to protect themselves. It's every year they can tell us why.
The boys' parents questioned the suicide ruling. They petitioned the court and received permission for a second opinion.
Take a cup of coffee with the first sunlight. Cup of coffee with the first moonlight. Our last chance to go thumb through worn out broke man.
Scientific
Trying to
evidence
find which way to go. These empty miles of memory. Lord, I just can't seem to linger on. Wondering why, where she gone. Sound cow, girl, breaks in your man's heart.
The victim's family suspected of
Oh, well,
the grand jury to investigate.
Cold in
County special
if I would now,
control.
didn't even stop to cry.
In late 1988, the grand jury changed
Yeah, I'll be quiet.
homicide.
No, Mom.
It wasn't suicide.
A victory for the boys' families and friends.
This podcast about me in Arkansas with Barry Seal and Kevin Ives and Don Henry, two teenagers that witnessed a cocaine airdrop outside of Alexandria, Louisiana, and then was witnessed. The boys seen the cocaine drop a couple days before, and then was out there messing around on tracks, I guess being nosy. And then either a couple of cops or prosecutor Dan Harmon, somebody killed the boys. Hello there. Nunnery SEAL had made an airdrop of cocaine outside Alexandria, Louisiana, and Don Henry and Kevin Ives witnessed it. You doing alright? They murdered the boys, friends. Golly. I didn't know. Have you said that on here before? I don't think you've said that on here before. Wow. What time is it in France? I'd like to go to France. That'd be cool. My sister's been. But we should all have a Wi-Fi signal. There's no reason in the world that the world doesn't have good phone signal and or Wi-Fi. For all the money that they spend on building up these cell phone towers and whatnot. They're still building cell phone towers. There's cell phone towers going up right now in Oklahoma. I mean, they have satellite phones, but normal people can't afford them. Where the mountain folk have their accent and the meaning of the words they use, how that came into existence. The term they use a lot is Irish. It's a little Irish this morning. Well, it has like 3 or 4 different meanings to it. Or a combination of all the meanings. If it's comfortable outside, but just a little, with the wind blowing just a tad bit, they might say, it's a little Irish out there. Or if you got like good temperature, whatever you consider would be a good temperature outside, but then the air, the wind, have a little chill to it, like wind, say it might be 60 degrees out. And like to you and me, it might not be necessarily cool enough to on sleeves or coats. But it'd be a little breezy, so you'd say if somebody was going outside, you'd already been out there, it'd be a little airish out there this morning now. And there's all kinds of other, I can't remember them all. But I mean, it's an hour-long show. I meant to watch it the other day and I forgot. I got it in a playlist. Actually, if you go on my YouTube channel and go to my playlists, I think the playlist that's on is its own playlist. I'm pretty sure. And you'll see the guy standing there looking like a lumberjack or something. Like a full-blown redneck. And I watch that video at least once or twice a year. And I'm very proud of where I'm from. Extremely proud. Even though I'm no football fan, our blood runs orange in the deep south of Tennessee. But I am no football fan. Football. I don't really particularly care about any kind of ball sports anymore. I used to like the football. Basketball. Oh, if Tennessee's playing, you know, and I'm at home, I might skip by that channel and check it out for a minute. Or if I'm at home, we let it play. We'll put it on the TV in the living room, and whether you're sitting there, anybody sitting there watching or not, we'll turn it on the TV and let it play. My daughter and her man, they'll watch it. And I'll sit down and watch a few minutes of it. Especially if it's getting towards the end of the game and UT's winning, I'll sit down and watch the end. Start loading until your appointment time, but at the break room area, they even have showers in there. They have 2 showers. You got to bring your own towel, but yeah, they got showers in the break room area. The paper mill in Ashdown, Arkansas, which is Dom tar paper in Ashdown, Arkansas. I'm gonna cough. They have a driver's room area. It's just a little building in the middle of the lot, the trailer lot. And has a little break room area. I think it's got vending machines, like a candy machine and a cold drink. And I got 2 bathrooms, two showers in there. I don't ever go there anymore. I used to though. We used to run out of there all the time. I worked for Just-in-Time Transportation out of Ashdown, Arkansas. Old Justin Smith's company. Y'all know about that? No, Just-in-Time? You know about, you ever heard of Southern Refrigerated Transport? Otherwise known as SRT. The man that started that is Justin Smith's dad. And then they sold it back in the late 80s, I think 88 or 98 or something. But they all stayed on as, Justin had a contract. I think it was a lifelong contract. Unless he chose to leave on his own or something. I might be wrong on that, but anyway, his daddy sold the company to Covenant Scab Transport out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Justin was like vice president or president of operations or something for many, many years. And he got tired of the bologna soup. They kept serving him up bologna soup. And he went ahead and quit. And used his own money, and probably his dad probably helped him out a little bit, I'm sure. And they bought transport equipment out of Batesville, Arkansas. Yeah, I appreciate you, Tanker. I was just trying to wait a little minute there so you didn't get no water splashed up on your windshield from my chicken drain holes. Ruh-roh, Raggy. He done screwed the pooch over there now, did he? Ruh-roh, Raggy, damn, he got 3 deep behind him. Boy, you fucked up. You fucked up bad. What mile sticker we at? About the 343. 343 out. Then bound you got 3 bears with a 4-inch whaler. 343. About 5 miles ahead of him, another bear with a 4-inch whaler. About 10 miles ahead of him, another bear with a 4-inch whaler. Ain't nobody talk on this CB radio. Ain't nobody talk on CB radio. may be of air pressure.
Oh, no.
Oh, shoot. Come on, westbound, turn my beams off. Detroit light brown. Ranger, Texas. 348 mile mark. See if I'm correct. There's a bear rolling west. And what's all these cops doing out here? It ain't the end of the month. It's the first of the month.
Look, one of the roads.
Please get reading because you can get
On its normal route, ran over 2 teens and changed their families' lives forever. It was August 23rd, 1987, 25 years ago today. The time, around 4 a.m., and this set of railroad tracks near Alexander. Train engineers say they saw the teens stretched over the tracks, a rifle nearby.
Hold on.
They tried to stop
Don't go nowhere.
The
There we go. I changed the setting, turned off that NORD VPN. I'm just gonna watch again. If you don't, see you later, alligator.
Both the street guards. They would have started their secret by hospital. Kevin had spent the night in Dog's house. Two were ventured outside.
Westbound 343 yards too. You got 3 bears in the four-wheeler. And about 338 was a bear with a four-wheeler, but 333 is a bear with a four-wheeler. Alright, forward, you copy that? They ain't got no radio on. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Get her out of my car. Rolling out of Dallas. Who's providing the pounds? Or up to New Orleans, or who knows where. Next to Speed Check K, this is the best friend 530. 440. And the traffic be hitting a little bit. I'll be over an hour early for my appointment. Rolling and Dallas, goodbye to the palace. Up to New Orleans or who knows where. They need to meet King and my best friend Bear. Well, that boy named Greg. Greg Evagon. Greg Evagon. He was also in that TV show, My Two Dads. Westbound 343, she had 3 bears with a 4-wheeler. That's 340. 343, about 337 was another bear with a 4-wheeler. About 4 or 5 miles past him was another bear with a 4-wheeler.
Appreciate all that. You look good back in Westford.
Yeah, boy, I appreciate it. This dog got fuel back at Thai tanks. That's all I've seen today. Appreciate you having your radio on, man. My truck won't roll without the radio on. Hell no. Can't do that, driver. No way, no how. That's the first part of the pre-trip. Turn the radio on. Turn the radio on. Turn the radio on. The only bad part about it, I usually have a backup radio with me. And I'm kind of sort of using a backup radio now. Backup as in, if the radio breaks, you got something to use another one. And all my other ones are at home, so if this one breaks, I have to buy a new one. I hope it don't break. Good Lord willing. My wife be mad I'd go buy another radio. And I got 5 or 6 at home. I really like it Striker 955 HP. Striker SR 955 HP. Hewlett Packard. High power. 200 plus watt radio. I don't know what the speed limit is through here. I ain't paying attention. I think it's 75. Yep, 75. Stay alive. trash out last night. They're going in the park. Got some more trash out. Get out my cigarette thing, ashtray. And I heard something. I heard something back there. There's a fence and like a settling pond in the back of the truck stop. And I heard something moving around back there in the high weeds. They got a bunch of crows around there. Well, I know about no crow. I mean, it could have been. But it wasn't. And I seen something moving back there, and I'm like, damn, look, and it kind of, at first I thought it was a stray dog. But it wasn't. It was a wild boar. Big old pig. There's 5 of them. So let's have a pig den, boar's den back there somewhere. They was just scavenging. I don't know. But that one seen me and started towards the fence. He wasn't running or charging or nothing, but he seen me. He kind of was like grazing. And walking towards where I was at, back of my trailer, but a big chain link fence between us, so he could have got to me. And I went back up to get my phone to record it. When I got back there, they done already moved back to the woods line. There's a Peterbilt dealership that's in behind there.
Sally Sanders says her son knew the 2 teenagers were going on the train.
Oh, now balance, who's riding the balance? They're up to New Orleans, or who knows where. nuisance. But back when I first started driving, and all my life growing up riding around with my dad, people see a truck driver, they appreciated us. Nowadays, it looks like people look at us like we're a nuisance, like we're scum of the earth. Like we're always getting in the way. They get in someone else's way. Kick it, Mustang. Come on, kick it. Kick it. Stomp it. Kick that bull barrel in. Blah, 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 blah. Punjabi Bobby's truck stop. Punjabi Bobby, Punjabi Dobby, Punjabi Bobby, yeah. The craze and the ladies too. song? Oh, wish I had a recliner. Wish I was rich. Well, I mean, I am rich, but I just ain't got no money. I got all the love in the world. Sitting at home in Tennessee. Watching my little YouTube live show. Thank you. Thank you very much. I care about everybody. Care about everybody in the world, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, I care. Wish I would have had my chance to own 5 or 10 big trucks. Probably won't ever happen now. And go do some exercises. Mineral wells. Stephenville, Texas. This next exit up here take you to Stephenville, Texas. That's where $7 million cowboy lives. J.B. Mooney. You know who J.B. Mooney is? ticket now. I'm sticking my head. Ouchie, here comes Ouchie.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Speed limit reduced ahead. I don't want them to reduce the speed limit.
Take the first exit on the right onto Brandon Bridge Circle.
Somebody sing my song the same rhyme or whatever you call it. Cataract, cataract, long and dark, shiny and fast. Hammer down, she's flying low, smoking dope everywhere she goes. No. Cataract, long and dark, shiny and fast. Never down, she flying low, rolling coal everywhere she goes. Cataract, men in black, no light, smoking the crack. No, seriously, I wish I get somebody finished writing that song, get somebody singing. Another dream of mine is to write a kid's book about trucking. Wouldn't that be cool? I've always wanted to do that. I ain't no writer. I'm a rider, but I'm not a writer. It would be cool to write a book about. Well, I know what the name of the driver would be in the book. His name would be Wild Bill. The Adventures of Wild Bill. And like the first page, Wild Bill can be driving a Peterbilt and tell some kind of little story, and then maybe the first 2 pages could be about Wild Bill and a Peterbilt, and a big truck. And maybe like the next 2 pages, maybe we could switch it to Wild Bill and a Kenworth. And maybe the next 2 2 pages, switch it to Wild Bill and his Freightliner. And then maybe Wild Bill and his International, 13 letters, shit spreading Corvette. Well, that was a tongue twister. 13 letters, shit spreading cornfield Corvette. And maybe the next couple pages be about a Mac. I don't know if I'd want Volvo to be in there unless we talk something about Volvo Mafia. Maybe. I mentioned that to my wife like 10 or 12 years ago. Oh, like 8 or 9 years ago. I don't know, sometime in the past. And she was like, really? And we've been married for 28 years. And I mentioned it not long ago. And she, you know, I never knew that. You really want to write a book? I was like, yeah, a children's book about trucks. You know, and it could have some tall tales in there. It'd be alright. It'd just be a book. It wouldn't be like a documentary. I mean, it'd have to have truth in it as well. But yeah, I can't even have to talk. Let's write a damn book. I can speak it to English. See, we got to pull this Bob shell. That big truck, you know, you ain't got no trailer lights. Your wheels are rolling. Really? I ain't even loaded heavy. Feels weird fixing to drive by the pilot at Weatherford. I always stop here and get fuel. We're gonna smoke the bird. Flatbed, you letting it roll on the downhill grade? If you hadn't did that, I could have let you over in the leftwardly lane, buddy. Got them tall pallets of ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. Tropical Foods. Should be called Tropical Snacks. Somebody's got 6 headlights. 6.
shot straight to the state capitol.
At the Arkansas State Capitol, Governor Clinton shared an adjoining office with State Drug Czar Robert Shepard. Shepard, a former sheriff from Dan Harmon's district, was appointed by Clinton to lead Arkansas's so-called war on drugs. On at least 3 occasions, Shepard attempted to suppress investigations into Kevin and Don's murders. In 1990, Shepard paid a visit to U.S. Attorney Chuck Banks to persuade him that Gene Duffy should be ignored. In 1993, Shepard told Brown that his career would be better off if he concentrated his efforts elsewhere. And in 1995, FBI agent Phyllis Corner reported that Shepard had attempted to interfere with the case.
The fact is, we know that killed the shooters. The problem is now, how long are we going to wait? How long is it going to take when we make the decision that we're going to indict the murderers?
Hold on, I got to check
We're also
Google Maps. Weatherford, Texas. Oh, Stephen Neal, he lives here in Weatherford town. He's on YouTube. Well, I don't know if he's doing any videos anymore, but he has videos back a long time ago.
Was made in my mind, and I look back on everything that had happened, I knew it was the only thing that had ever made sense to me. And this information had been available for years, but had been suppressed.
Of course, now I look back on the chain of events and realize that I likely caused the shutdown of my own investigation. It's clear that the turning point was when I gave Chuck Banks the information developed by my task force that the boys were killed because they had stumbled upon a large shipment of drugs dropped from an airplane. In my heart, I feel that that was a red flag that caused Chuck Banks to close the investigation down before it led to me.
Early on, the media did extensive coverage on Kevin and Don's death and helped us to keep pressure on our public officials over this case. But when it came to the political pressure, MENA connection involved, they dropped the ball, perpetuating the cover-up.
There's some people in the media that know the whole story. I had a reporter call, and I met with him, and it became obvious that he knew a lot more about Mena, Arkansas, the ongoing drug operation in Arkansas, money laundering. And this guy was phenomenal. He even had records. He'd done his own research. He'd been doing it for years. He works for a major newspaper in Arkansas now. And I said, you got all this. I mean, you got the story. Why don't you print it? He said, do you really think they're letting me print this? There's just no way, John. Freedom of speech is supposed to be allowed to go. This man tells me the king thinks truth.
It was now more than 8 years since the incident on the tracks.
There are police reported ahead.
Located several in the murders and subsequent cover-up, including Prosecutor Dan Harmon, Deputy Prosecutor Richard Garrett, Sheriff Jim Steed, and Officers Jay Campbell, Kirk Lane, and Danny Allen. Throughout his career, Dan Harmon has been protected by the powerful and corrupted Arkansas. In 1990, he was arrested on 4 misdemeanor counts of tax evasion. At his arraignment, he was ordered to take a routine drug test which would have allowed him to go free. He refused and spent 18 days in jail. Harmon was later convicted of one of the charges and was sentenced by the notorious U.S. District Judge Henry Woods to 1 year probation, the absolute minimum allowed. As a result of his conviction, Harmon's law license was suspended. The suspension, however, was rescinded after a long list of high-ranking Arkansas officials, including Attorney General Winston Bryant, testified on Harmon's behalf. For many years, Bryant had been involved in the MENA drug smuggling investigations. More recently, at least 15 domestic violence complaints filed against Harmon by a number of his ex-wives have surfaced. The complaints, some of which Harmon has admitted to, range from complaints reports were kept from the public by Harmon's friend, Benton Police Chief Rick Leavenworth. Dan Harmon continued to receive extremely favorable treatment from the Arkansas press. His continued re-election as Saline County prosecutor also gave him control over the Drug Task Force, Gene Duffy's old job. In November 1995, a package containing fake cocaine labeled as evidence belonging to Harmon's Drug Task Force was found in the possession of Harmon's wife, Holly. An investigation revealed the package had originally contained more than $100,000 worth of pure cocaine, which was now missing. A combined raid by the FBI and DEA confiscated drug-related files from Harmon's home and office. A racketeering case against Harmon was reported. A weary public remains understanding and skeptical. Finally, on November 29, 1995, the FBI, referring to Kevin and Don's murders, announced to Linda Ives that in light of the fact that there's no evidence, it's time to consider the fact that the crime has not been committed. The obstruction of justice continued.
There aren't any words in English language that can describe how it makes you feel as a parent or as a citizen of Arkansas to see what our officials.
Well, guys, on it, you hit the goddamn brakes, and I ain't getting a fucker.
I think we were just kind of naive, common ordinary people.
Get over and some bitches don't let you back over in the right lane. Fuck that shit, man.
Everybody else did the same
Fucking
thing.
bullshit.
Was right. And I think Kevin instead has been.
Big truck moves over to let you onto the highway. You're supposed to let the big truck get back over, not pin him out in the left lane where. And you get stuck out there and you got 8 or 9 cars passing you on your right, and they think you're out there blocking the damn road. And then they want to come up, cut you off, brake check you.